Hey everyone, this is Michelle from Scrappy Soul Sister. Thank you for joining me for this process video using the April My Creative Scrapbook Limited Edition kit. And so this is my last layout using the kit, and I still have quite a bit of paper left. So I think I'm going to use my metal dies there and either cut a bunch of flowers or hexagons or circles out of all this beautiful paper to use with my picture here of my daughter Julia. And so I decide to go with the hexagons, and I kind of have everything laid out there. I'm going to use this Dreamer title, and I am going to use that pink plaid in the background to frame my layout. And so I'm going to go ahead and do some matting here. I'm going to use this yellow floral as one of my layers and go ahead and get all that cut out and take a look at a few others. I do like the blue floral, but I think that I just want to use um, yellows and pinks. And so I liked this notebook. Now I had used a metal die for another layout to create that border. And so I decided to use the other side of it to mat my photo. And then I'm also going to use that metal die to create another one just to balance it out a little bit with that pink plaid. So it's going to look something like that. And I do like the notebook paper. Paper has those kind of ditzy florals on it. And I am trying to figure out, what else am I going to use? I really love all the hexagons with the different patterns, but it can get kind of busy if you do a lot on top of it. And so I'm still trying to figure that out. So I will go ahead and adhere my white background to the frame, and then I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and do a zigzag stitch around it. I'm trying to figure out what color thread I want to use. I know I'm going to use a pink of some sort, and so I found a light pink that I can use, and I've sewn around it, and I'm going to pull those threads through. And usually when I sew around it, I like sew the two pieces together. And this time I went about a half inch inside of the white, maybe a quarter of an inch, so that it was really noticeable. I do like sewing on a layout, that is for sure. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and uh, rough up my edges on my mats. I've done that, and then I'm going to, off camera, go ahead and ink all of my pieces. So now I have inked my hexagons as well as my borders, and so far I am liking all of this. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere it all together. And I'm going to use a couple of layers of foam in a couple different places on these mats because I am going to use some of the three-dimensional flowers around the photo, and I don't want the flowers to feel significantly higher than the photo. So I have all of that uh, on my mats all taken care of. Now, I was going to use these butterfly tags, but I wanted something a little bit more solid again because it's going to be on the hexagons. And so I decided to use the brown patterned paper with the mini dots to create some tags. So I'm going to go ahead and use those. And I think I am ready to start laying out my hexagons. And so I'll show you the beginning of this process. I'm pretty sure that I will fade out here in a few moments because this can be a little time consuming, but my main priorities are, of course, to not have two of the same pattern next to each other, but also to have things going in the right direction. So the wood grain to be going in the same direction, the plaid to be going in the same direction, etc. So, and I see one of my plaids is going in the wrong direction, so I might have to go back and fix that. So I'm going to go ahead and trim off the overhang, and this is what I have so far. And I wanted a little bit more room for that dreamer title, so I trimmed down my mat just a little bit. And so I need to make some holes in my tags. That's what I'm doing here, using that butterfly tag as a guide. I'm going to go ahead and punch out a couple of reinforcement rings to go on the top. And I think that like these get covered anyway, but I might as well be thorough and do it correctly so it doesn't bug me. So um, I went ahead and put foam tape on the tops of them, and I've decided to use this floral, the same floral that was in the notebook paper, as the top tag instead of two brown ones. And I have a bunch of the daisy flowers laid out there. Not sure I use very many of those. I'll use a few of them, particularly in the ones that I have put in the watering can, because I do use that watering can embellishment in one of the clusters. So I like this little gingham. It matches her little dress. And so I'm figuring out where I am going to put my uh, dimensional flowers. And I play with these a bit. I can't remember how much I actually leave in the layout. I'm pretty sure about the one in the top corner that I adhered down. But the ones over the pink and the lavender and the other mint one, I move them around a bit, trying to figure out if I want to use the daisies. I don't really, I I don't know. The daisies, for some reason, um, don't really work for me. And so I use some of them, but it just feels like there's a couple different styles of flowers going on in this layout, and one more was one too many. So maybe if I didn't use the dimensional flowers, they probably would have been just fine. But sometimes you have to make some choices. So I use the ones in the watering can, and that is about it. Now I decided that it was a bit busy with the watering can on top of the tag with the flowers, and so I put it on the brown tag instead, and then I'm going to build up around it. So I did have some hexagons that were just one size smaller, and so in order for my tags to have a little bit of support, I did kind of nest them in between those raised hexagons in the smaller shape that I just added. And then I decided to do the pink one a little bit lower, so it's a little bit broken up. And I'm going to add a few little hearts. And I'm feeling better about things now. I feel like I have more of a sense of direction. Now, since I'm not using those little daisies or a lot of the little flower embellishments that came in the kit, I decided to use some butterflies. So now I'm just going through and seeing what kind of butterflies that I have that um, would coordinate because there's lots of different colors in this kit. And so I decide um, you'll see I have the blue and the yellow and the pink butterflies. Those I cut out of 2x2 cards. And so they're all coordinated, the same shape, just different colors. And so I like that. So up above her photo there, I have added those little three flowers on wire stems, and I added a phrase up there and a little tag. I don't want that cluster to be big by any means, but it needed to be a little bit more than just the flower in order for it to feel like it had a purpose. And so I'm going to go ahead and adhere that butterfly, and I'm going to add some little pearls to those butterflies as well. I might do that off camera. I can't remember. But I do, uh, glue down their centers and put some foam under their wings so they have a bit of a lift. I'm going to use that sentiment there, the mint one, and I think I'm going to add a few hearts here and there. But I think I'm getting kind of close. I do want to use that gingham heart. Just one more little bit of gingham felt like it would work. And then I'm going to adhere those hearts. And yeah, I am getting close to the end of my layout. I'm adding those pearls that I mentioned to the butterflies. And then I am going to come through and I'm going to do some splatters in black. And I know there isn't a lot of black or really any on this layout other than on the butterflies. But her portrait has a black background, and I just used a tiny, tiny bit. So I'm not real heavy handed about it, but it felt like it needed something just to pop a little bit. So anyway, I am doing that now. So thank you for watching my video. I appreciate it. I appreciate any comments, likes, subscribes. Thank you for all your support. And here are some close ups. Bye, everyone.